My name is Hannah. I am 27 years old. I am married. My husband's name is Daniel. He is 32 years old. We live in a small rented apartment in a town called Eastwood. Our life is simple. We do not have much money, but we try to stay positive. Daniel works at a metal factory. The owner of the factory is a rich and powerful man named Mr. Brooks. People in the factory are afraid of him. He is cold, strict, and never kind. Daniel has worked there for almost 4 years. Every day he comes home tired. His hands are rough, and his eyes look heavy. He works very hard, but no one appreciates him. Daniel often tells me, "We need better machines. We can work faster and safer," but his boss never listens. He ignores him every time like Daniel's words do not matter. One morning, Daniel left home in a hurry and forgot his lunch. I packed it and decided to take it to him. When I arrived at the factory, I felt uncomfortable. It was loud, dark, and full of dust. I looked around, trying to find Daniel, but I could not see him. Suddenly, a tall man in a suit stepped in front of me. I knew it was Mr. Brooks. He looked at me in a way that made me feel very uneasy. His eyes stayed on me too long. I said, "I brought lunch for my husband." He smiled slowly and said, "Give it to me. I will take it." I gave him the lunch, but when I did, he held my hand for too long. His grip was tight. I quickly pulled away. My heart started beating fast. I felt scared and uncomfortable. I said nothing and left quickly. I did not look back. I did not tell Daniel. I did not want to make trouble. I tried to forget it, but I could not. I worked as a shop assistant in a small store. The salary was low. I always dreamed of a better job in a bigger city. One evening, I told Daniel, "I want to leave this job. Maybe we can move and start a new life somewhere else." Daniel looked worried. He sat quietly for a long time. Then he said, "My job is here. We need money. We cannot just leave." I said, "I know, but we cannot live like this forever." The next day, Daniel went to work planning to quit, but when he came back home, he was smiling. "Good news," he said. "My boss promoted me. I will earn more money now." I tried to smile, but inside I did not feel happy. I did not trust that place anymore. Still, we needed money. I left my job and started looking for a better one online. Days passed. I could not find anything. Bills started to grow. We had no savings. One afternoon, the landlord came and knocked loudly on our door. He asked for rent. I stood there in silence, feeling ashamed. That night, I told Daniel, "We need to leave soon." Daniel said, "Just a little more time. I promise. I will save money and then we will go." I agreed, but I felt something bad was coming. A few days later, Daniel was at work. Someone knocked on the door. I opened it and froze. It was Mr. Brooks. He walked inside without waiting. He held an envelope in his hand. He looked calm, like nothing was wrong. He said, "You need money. I can help you." I did not answer. I felt fear in my chest. Then he stepped closer and said slowly, "Spend one night with me, and I will solve all your problems." My body went cold. I could not believe what I heard. I shouted, "Get out of my house." He just smiled and walked out like nothing happened. I fell to the floor shaking. That same night, Daniel had an accident on his way home. A car hit him, but luckily it was not very serious. I rushed to the hospital. My hands were shaking. My heart was full of fear. The doctor said he needed treatment and rest. We had to pay for it. I sat beside Daniel, holding his hand. I felt like everything was falling apart. The rent, the bills, the hospital, everything was too much. I felt trapped. That night, I went home alone. I cried for a long time. I did not know what to do. I felt weak, scared, and lost. The next day, Daniel asked me, "How will we pay for everything?" I said, "I will find a way," but I did not know how. That evening, I could not keep it inside anymore. I told Daniel everything about his boss. Every word, every moment. Daniel stood still. His face changed. His eyes became dark. He was angry. Very angry. He wanted to go to his boss and fight him, but I stopped him. I held his hand and said, "No, he is dangerous. We cannot fight him." Daniel looked at me and understood. That night, we made a decision. We packed everything we had into 2 small bags. We left the apartment and drove away from the city. We did not know where to go, but we knew we had to leave. It was dark and quiet on the road. After some time, our car stopped near a small road. We waited in silence, scared someone might follow us, but no one came. The next morning, we reached a small town called Hilford. It was quiet and simple. We found a small house to rent. It was not perfect, but it was safe. A few days later, we heard news on the radio. Mr. Brooks was arrested. Many workers had spoken against him. Some people said he had done bad things for years. I felt a deep relief. For the first time, I felt safe. Daniel found a new job in a small workshop. The work was not easy, but the people were kind. They respected him. I applied for a job at a school and got it. I was very happy. Our life slowly started to change. We did not have much, but we had peace. We could sleep without fear. Sometimes I remember everything, and I feel scared again. But then I look at Daniel, and I feel strong. We learned something very important. Money is not everything. Safety, respect, and love are more important. We lost a lot, but we found something better. We found a new life. And this time, we are not afraid.